The baby boomers, those born between 1946 and 1964, will start turning 65 in 2011, and the number of older people will increase dramatically during the 2010 to 2030 period. The older population in 2030 is projected to be twice as large as their counterparts in 2000, growing from 35 million to 72 million, and representing nearly 20% of the total U.S. population. About 13% of the population today is 65 or older. By 2030, when the last of the baby boomers are 65, that rate will have grown to 18%. In addition to testing the sustainability of entitlement programs like Social Security, this wholesale redefinition of old age may also include a pervading sense that life has been what might technically be called a bummer. According to our projections, it looks like most middle class workers, not just low income workers, but most middle class workers, will be living at or near the poverty level in their old age. The Center for Economic and Policy Research in Washington found that baby boomers in the 45 to 54 group saw their overall net worth plummet by about 45% over the last 5 years to a median level of 94,200 from 172,400. Social Security has been the leading source of income for about two-thirds of U.S. retirees for decades, and trimming the program will only put more people at risk as a growing number of companies freeze or eliminate pension plans. A recent report suggests that the housing market slump is hitting baby boomers particularly hard. Many middle-aged homeowners had been so seduced by the rising prices of years past that they failed to save for retirement and may now owe more than their homes are worth. As we began the project and talked to friends who are mostly boomers, they said again and again, "There's no way I'm moving into a nursing home. You're going to have to shoot me first." I'm 51, and I don't see myself retiring. I'm not sure I imagine leaving New York. There may be plenty of denial left in me, but I don't see any kind of senior living facility. I certainly want to be engaged in a multi-generational place, but being close to my children will continue to be important. What we usually encounter is a very overwhelmed adult child who is trying to work and can't keep things together. Oftentimes, their house is a mess, they're financially burdened, and they no longer have outside ties to the community because all their time is spent caring for the mom and dad. The adult child is almost at the point of resenting the parent they love, and the parent is often depressed and withdrawn and has lost the desire to thrive or connect with the community because he or she doesn't want to be more of a burden. A recent study shows that approximately 1 in 4 Americans between the ages of 44 to 70 are interested in starting their own small business or social venture. Hughes, who had lived most of her life as a stay-at-home mom, found refuge in service after her husband's death. She began Stove Team International, an organization that manufactures safer stoves for third world countries, which in turn prevents hundreds of deaths and burns each year. That we should not wait for a magical solution. Like our entrepreneurial baby boomers, we need to begin to become self-reliant as well. We need to start being entrepreneurial in our local communities, redefining public services and creating new social safety nets in anticipation. It's clear that in the coming years we are going to feel the effects of this scenario in all aspects of our lives. So we need to start imagining those effects now, and we need to start planning for them. These ideas will combine local experts with experienced creative practitioners to design new social solutions. If we are to begin redefining our services and situations, then we will all need the skills to imagine and create new futures. These ideas will allow for just that by offering a solutions-based approach to education and empowerment. Learn the skills you will need to imagine new futures by imagining new futures. By participating in these ideas, you will not only imagine new solutions with the expertise of various creative practitioners, you will leave more able to imagine and develop those solutions yourself in the future.
Public service.
Public service?
I work in a nonprofit.
I live here.
I teach. I work here.
Lived here for 29 years.
Well, I've been here almost every day for the last 10 years.
Very.
Well, I'm involved to the extent that I'm very active in the local credit union. I'm on the board and I'm on one of the committees.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Not at all. I just come to work.
Not as involved as I should be.
Pretty much, I used to sweep clean Houston between Ludlow and Allen, and a little bit of Orchard here for 8 years.
I would probably bring up advocacy for the seniors of the Lower East Side.
Advocacy for the seniors.
That's a very important issue. Quality of life remaining in the community. One thing that's very important to me is developing. Hillary Clinton wrote a book on how to raise. It takes a community to raise a child.
Okay.
Well, I'm concerned about the health conditions and the psychosocial conditions of seniors in this community, and I think there needs to be some kind of community mapping plan for the health conditions of seniors.
Well, of course, the eternal problem, not easy to solve, is in fact the sky-high rents and what that means about the changing nature of the population.
Nothing about the neighborhood at all. I come in for 2 hours a night.
There's so many issues. I mean, maybe lower rents for people with lower income.
Okay. Do you think that that's an issue that affects a lot of people?
Yeah, and it's driving a lot of people that have lived here for a long time out of the neighborhood.
Well, one of the important issues, no right turn on red. There's so many people come down this block from off the bridge, and they're making right turns on a red light. Then make that one-way sign bigger. Wouldn't believe how many people, if they don't see anybody pulling out, they figure they could go in.
I'm not.
You're not.
Well, I'm a reasonably informed amateur.
Okay.
With design?
Design. Have you worked with designers before? Are you a designer? No.
Design?
Design.
Of what?
Just design as a problem-solving method.
Design of a neighborhood?
Design of a neighborhood, design of services.
I know
Have you ever
nothing.
worked with designers?
No.
No, not percent.
What?
Design? Have you worked with designers before? Or
No, not really.
So as you see, we are hoping to work with all members of the community, regardless of your participation, your expertise, how often you are there, or your knowledge of design. Most of the time, people have so many insights that they don't realize are valuable, and in the right situation, those insights can become opportunities.